Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Alive. I'm glad that you're here and that you are alive. Make sure that if you are interested in any mindset coaching sessions or even advice calls, make sure to check out the link below so I can support you in getting your mindset and transitioning with leisure. Period. Today we're going to be talking about physical, emotional, mental health, all of those things. We're going to be talking about all those things in relation to your leisure time. This was the voted topic. I asked you guys what you wanted to do, and everybody said physical health. So this is what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be asking you guys a question, Q&A right here. Son, please stop. Please stop. You're doing too much. So let's see, what question am I going to ask you guys? What type of exercise do you enjoy? So now, mind you, the topic is physical health, but we're going to be diving into mental and emotional health as well a little bit. So, hi D Nice. So get ready. We're going to be talking about what type of exercise do you do. I did not ask you how often you do it. I did not ask you when the last time you did it. I just said, what type of exercise do you enjoy? So we don't have to be like, okay, I haven't exercised in 2 years. Who cares? Maybe you like to walk, So let's not focus on what we do and don't do. Let's focus on what we enjoy, okay? So this is the topic for today. And I want to start off by talking about physical health as an obligation or not. Because I'm going to wait a little bit to see who all comes in the room before I get into the whole conversation. But we know that leisure time, hey Jared, we know that leisure time is something that is a time where you have no obligations, no responsibilities, nothing to do. Come here. Nothing to do. So when you have leisure time, a lot of people do not choose exercise in their leisure time. A lot of people do choose to exercise during their leisure time. It's really something that is up to you, which is what makes it your leisure time. I'm doing well. Today is Sunday. You know I love me a good Sunday. On your skin looking great. What you put? I put glitter and lotion. Yay. Don't we love lotion? Swimming is great. Okay. I know you're Caribbean, so do you live by the ocean? You said Byron. Byron now. You've been here before. You talking about, can I remember you? Yep. Because I say Byron. I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but I always say Byron. Yeah, you live close? Oh, that's pretty cool. Running too? Mm-mm. You be running to the beach? Or no, you just live close to the beach? Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. See, I like living close to lakes. Hey, Damien. How are you, friend? I enjoy living close to lakes. I be wanting to live a little bit closer than what I do now. But I never lived close to a beach. Hey, Venom. Hey, friend. You said it's been a minute. Venom, I emailed you back. Did you get my email, friend? Wish you could visit sometime. Maybe one day. Yes, my son is here. Because he wants some attention. So I have to hold on to him because he was doing too much in the background. Uh-uh. Sit down. Okay, you welcome, baby. So yeah, we're talking about physical health and leisure time today. I'm excited. This is not something that I'm like super like okay, physical health, but I'm excited to see what the topic is about, what we get into. Someday we share WhatsApp. I don't have WhatsApp. Hey RL. I know. He is big. What you guys send me pictures of? What goes in comes out. So we're just gonna wait a little bit to see who comes in. Y'all make sure you answer this question. What type of exercise do you enjoy? Downloading. Oh, Lord. So I enjoy walking for sure. I love me a good walk, y'all. I love me a good walk. I enjoy jump roping. And I enjoy like little like weightlifting, but nothing too much. Yeah, I think so far you're the only one who answered, but you have some good answers, friend. Good answers. Walking is great. Yeah, I love to walk. You know, I'm about to cut this hair. I like this little short look. This is cute. Okay, period. That's the last exercise you did? So yeah, make sure y'all answer the question. Now, mind you, this did not say, I'm gonna say it again, this did not say when's the last time you exercised. I don't care if you did it a year ago, 3 months ago. I'm only asking which ones do you enjoy doing. That means say you into powerlifting and cycling. Ooh. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. Powerlifting. Powerlifting is just weights. I wonder why do they call it powerlifting? Is it like it's something different? Thank you, Rad. I appreciate it. Bed gravel is all futile. Okay. Okay, friend. So yeah, those are the only exercises that I'm really into, besides like chasing my cat around the apartment. Deadlifts, bench press, and squats. Also, it's a type of weightlifting. Okay. Mm-mm. Badminton? Oh, is badminton like a European thing? I feel like I've never really heard many people say I do badminton, but I feel like it's European. Compound movements that work all the muscle groups. Okay. I'm learning something new about some different types of exercises. When I was younger, like maybe like 4 years ago, I used to play tennis with my grandma. We would go to the tennis court and go play tennis. And then like last year I used to go play tennis with my little brother. That's a good fun exercise. Even though I'm not like a tennis player, but you know, it was always enjoyable. I like these dresses a lot. Yeah, these are my house dresses. So I just wear them around the house. So I go on live because I'm in the house. But I be realizing like I do be having to dress a little differently when I come on live because y'all know people be on their own stuff. Hey, Jerron. So I need to go shopping for some live dresses. Because I'm the type of person, I like to have work clothes, at home clothes, going outside clothes. So now I need to get some going on live clothes. That's going to be my next set of clothes to get. You said exercising with a girlfriend? Okay, period. That's a good exercise, but you got to tell us what type of exercise you're buying. That means you said my bench and squat is usually like 300, 350, but I can go 500 on the days. What, 500 pounds? Is that what we're talking about? Is pounds? Hey, Slay. Hey, baby. 300, 500 pounds? Am I hearing this right? We about to get started in just a minute, y'all. Make sure y'all like the live, y'all. Make sure y'all like the live. Nothing. No exercise at all. You don't even like to reach up to grab a snack? That's not no exercising. 500 pounds is crazy. Okay. Period to all the strong men. Okay, y'all. We about to get started. Y'all excited? Eating is not an exercise, baby. Eating is not an exercise. please. We cannot just eat. We have to do more. There's a lot of types of exercise, even just like sit-ups, jumping jacks. Every 3 days, your body can handle that? Oh, wait, that's Venom who said that. Okay, Jared. Weight training, walking, hit every 3 days. Okay, okay. My life is the best. Thank you, Jared. I appreciate you, friend. MMA training as well. Damien, how do you manage it all? Oh, my gosh. That's a lot to manage. You got it, friend. You're obviously doing it well. But that's crazy. Hey, John. How you doing, friend? It's about a marathon, not a race. Okay. On THR joints, what's THR? Okay. So first thing first, I want to talk about how, we know the foundational information for leisure time. So we know leisure time is the time that you have where you have no obligation. You have free time to do things that you may be interested in and getting rest, relaxation, being creative, getting into your hobbies, right? This is a time where it's going to allow you to be in a flow state because you're really interacting and engaging in an activity that you enjoy that allowed you to self-actualize and process things that may have occurred throughout the day. So we also know that we need between 2 to 5 hours of leisure time every day, every single day. If you get less than 2 hours a day, it leads to you feeling burnt out and frustrated. If you get more than 5 hours a day, it can lead to you feeling like purposeless, right? So we want to hit that good even spot so that we can, thrive in our everyday life. So leisure time is very important. That's why leisure is the brand, because I see the importance of having leisure time and manifesting the life that you enjoy. I believe if you have leisure time and you spend that successfully, you overcome those unhealthy beliefs that tell you that leisure time is not good for you or that you should be using this time for something else, then you'll be able to self-actualize and get in the flow state and manifest things quickly. So, oh, my friend got to work. Have a good day, baby. But the exercise is just a memory now. Okay. But what type of exercise was it? Steroids not good. Who on steroids? So one thing about it is that I was wondering, okay, so physical, mental, emotional health, is that an obligation? Is that an obligation? Because it feels like these should be things that we should feel obligated to do, is to take care of ourselves, take care of our physical body, our mind, and our spirit, right? But you can see in real time that it's not an obligation, because if it was, everybody would do it, right? So obviously this is why more people will choose to do these things in their free time. It's the same as someone who does their makeup, right? It does support your physical, mental, and emotional health, presenting yourself in a way that you feel comfortable, but not everybody chooses to do it. So it's the same thing with exercising, all those things, right? So understand where we at. Where we at? Yeah, John, that's why I just be ignoring it. It's just I get so well at ignoring stuff. It's crazy. But thanks for the engagement. I love engagement. Y'all, I think my old phone is it's on its last leg, y'all. Both my phone and my iPad on the last leg, because I think it's because I don't update it. I need to update it. When you don't update your stuff, they start acting stupid. So it's acting stupid without my notes. So sorry if it's delayed a little bit. I'm going to have to update my phone next time, figure out how to do it, so I don't have to deal with this anymore. But what I wanted to talk about was how leisure time and physical health, you choose to do physical health, right? So some people do it because they really enjoy it. They have that intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic meaning it's inside of them. There's nothing outside that's telling them that they have to do. It's all within them. Be like, let me go do this, right? So people simply, they enjoy doing stuff, enjoy moving. They enjoy dancing, walking, hiking. Dancing is one thing I like to do in the house too. Pacing around the house and dancing around the house are two exercises that I like to do as well. And some people just like to do sports as well because some sports are fun to them. They get social engagement with it, and it relieves their stress. So these activities that have intrinsic motivation, they do it because it feels good. And it's a key predictor of them sticking with their physical health goals and having physical leisure time in general. Also, some people choose this during leisure time because it improves and maintains their health. You can see that, John? You got good vision, friend, because that's what I be doing. So, you know, some of these people, they do these things during their leisure time because they're worried about their health. They're more concerned about having and maintaining good health. They want the autonomy, the independence that comes with later on in the future. They know one day I'm gonna be old. One day I'm gonna be 89 years old. I'm be 89 years old. Who gonna take care of me? They know I gotta take care of me. So that's why they get up during their free time. They get up and they go exercise because they know they don't want to be old and helpless. They want to have autonomy, meaning they can do what they want to do by themselves. That's why a lot of old people be mad. Because what happens is they get older, they start realizing they can't do everything by themselves, and they be like, they be having attitudes. But the thing about it, if y'all go to like gyms and stuff early in the morning or go out early in the morning, you'll see those old people outside exercising. They be outside exercising in the morning. That's how you want to get that image in your mind of old people exercising, because that's going to help you when you get older to realize, oh, it's okay for me to be old and still exercising. Because, hey, Umut, because one time I used to ride my bike around the lake, right? And so I would ride my bike around the lake. The lake was like 10 miles, right? So I would just do it for fun. No exercise. It wasn't for exercise. I was just doing it because I enjoy doing it, right? And so I remember it would be older men. It was typically older white men. They would be on their bike. They had different types of bikes. Some of them had the bikes that was like on the ground and all they did was like, you know, move the feet. Some of them, like, they had different types of bikes. I remember this one old man, he had the bike that was on the ground, right? The one that he just moved his feet. When I tell you, this man passed me like 3 times. This man passed me. This is a 10-mile lake. This man passed me 3 times. I said, oh, I need to do better. Because when I tell you I was over there, I was worn out, tired, out of breath. I was like, whew, whew, oh my God. And this man passed me 3 times. I said, oh yeah, I need to do better. Yeah, I can ride a bike, friend. I've been riding bikes since I was a kid. John said stretching is important. John, what type of exercise you be doing, friend? So that's the reason why, you know, it kind of motivated me a little bit more to get in shape, because I said these old people doing better than me. And that's just unacceptable. I'm sitting up here and I'm telling y'all, it is old people. When I say old people, people who have lived a long life and their body is starting to become more fragile as the day passes, in their 80s, 90s, who are still exercising. And a lot of you lazy hoes, I'm talking to me too, because I have my own problems. But a lot of us, we letting these old people surpass our physical abilities. So guess where you gonna be when you're their age? In a nursing home. No autonomy. Take care of your body. So Um, Understanding that also some people choose to do physical health during their leisure time because it supports them mentally and emotionally. And I know y'all felt that if y'all went and exercise, that little moment before you exercise, you be like, I don't want to do this. You be like, I don't really want to go here. But then you go and you do it. You complete your exercise and then you come back and you feel 10 times better. You be like, oh, you know what? I'm glad that I did that. Because exercise releases endorphins. It releases dopamine, serotonin. These are all those positive hormones in our bodies, right? It improves your mood and it reduces anxiety altogether. So definitely doing physical leisure becomes a mental reset for a lot of people, and it's an intentional way to clear your head. So a lot of times we have so much things going through our mind. We have a lot of things that's overwhelming us, experiences that is hard for us to kind of like comprehend. So sometimes it's better to, instead of sitting there and dwelling means living in that same energy all day every day, it's better to get up and move your body to kind of move that energy through you, clear your mind so you can see it in a better way. Okay. Hola, Dr. Bueno, gracias. Pero ¿por qué no tiene nada? ¿Por qué? Let's see. Some people also do physical leisure during their free time because that's who they see themselves as. Some people see themselves as a soccer player. So when you say that I am, that's who you are, right? So when you start saying I am this, I am a weightlifter, I am a runner, I am a tennis player, I am someone who walks, right? You start identifying yourself as these people. That's why people choose to do these things, because that's just who they are. So if that's who they are, they're going to follow through with who they are. So, some people see themselves as an active or fit person, and that them going out and doing these things in their free times, it just re-identify, like, what's the word I'm talking about? It reinforces their identity. Okay, gafitas. Okay. So people just, sometimes it's that positive reinforcement when you say I am and you actually do the things that aligns to who you say you are. It gives you that positive hormone, dopamine, serotonin, once again, because you are aligning to who you say you are, right? And again, if some people like the lifestyle that comes with being fit and active, they base their social groups around it. So they're hanging out with, individuals that they are similar to. They may be a part of a sports team. They may go to a certain type of gym and be a part of a gym culture. They may go to walking groups or just, things in general. So some people find the social connection that comes with being physically active. So those are a few reasons. Another one would be stress relief, energy management, and understand that when you move your body, it helps you to discharge the built up stress hormones, which is like cortisol or adrenaline, and it helps improve sleep, right? So you are processing the day, right? You've had so many things that may have stressed you out. Work, you may feel like it's a lot of things to do at work, or you may have a lot of family issues, and so you are sitting on all that cortisol, all that stress energy, all those stressful thoughts, right? And so what people do, instead of just sitting on that, they go and get up and do some form of exercise, and it moves that out of your system, or it helps at least regulate it a little bit better, right? And so people definitely choose active leisure after stressful work days to feel more grounded and restored, right? So it's just definitely being a reason why you're not carrying that negative energy into your next day. It's definitely supporting in regulation. So these are people who are who want better for themselves. So understanding that physical health, emotional health, mental health is unfortunately not an obligation that we see today. A lot of people don't feel obligated to maintain these portions of themselves, even though this is what's literally the reason why you're able to get through life. It's controlling your whole entire life, is your physical abilities, mental and emotional abilities. It's giving you a certain way of living, and you can only live it within those confines of what your mental, emotional, and physical capabilities are, right? So some people don't see these as obligations to maintain and improve upon. So some people see caring for the body and mind as a personal duty, right? It's something for yourself. And it's part of that stewardship of taking care of and managing the things in your world. But others see health as a autonomy based choice. So this means individuals should have the freedom to choose how much effort they put into maintaining their own health, as long as they understand the consequences. So it's like, well, you just know that you gonna be big back like the people on Wall-E, and robots gonna take over, and y'all gonna be so fat watching TV eating hamburgers that y'all already know the consequences. So if you already know the consequences, who gonna help you out? Side note, that's why they say that the rulers, the 1% rulers of the world is able to do that. They're able to maintain and rule the world because they've already been honest about what they were doing. And because they were honest about it and people came into acceptance of them playing that role, is the reason why these people are able to rule. So, you got to understand that you want to better for yourself, then you have to understand that you come into acceptance with whoever you are at this moment. And you got to just come into disagreeing and not accept what you don't like. You don't like it, say, I'm not accepting this, right? So it's up to you. Um, when it comes to like obligations and stuff, you know, you think that if you are a parent, you will want to take care of yourself longer so that you could be a parent longer for your children, right? So sometimes exercising can be a selfless obligation. Selfless meaning you're not just doing it for yourself because in the long run, this you being healthy is not going to just benefit you. So if we're looking more in a collectivist mindset of I am surrounded by groups of people who I receive some type of support from and vice versa. It's a reciprocal relationship. Health is wealth, period. This is a reciprocal relationship. Therefore, I'm going to make sure that I am at my best. And hopefully they do the same. And we can continue to have this reciprocity until it's no longer what we want for ourselves, right? So that's another reason why some people are going to choose to do their leisure time, do physical health during their leisure time, because they are choosing not just to do the exercising, but what they're choosing is a lifelong healthy relationship with their loved ones, right? So sometimes when we look at, okay, this physical health during leisure time is not always about, oh, my body, I'm an individual. This is what's good for me. Sometimes it's about, I want to be able to take my family out, travel longer, engage with people longer, right? So these are the few reasons why, some people may not see, hey, Fanta baby. Some people may not see physical health as an obligation. So that's why you choose to do it in your leisure time. Some people do see physical health as an obligation, right? But that definitely is one of those things where it's a fine line. But as you can see, more often than none, physical health is not an obligation, right? So also the psychological view of it is that self-care, physical, mental, and emotional, is often seen as a foundation for flourishing. Y'all want to thrive and not just be in survival mode? That's what's going to help you, right? So without it, it's harder to show up for others, work, or even your personal goals. Y'all be having personal goals. Y'all want to make money. Y'all want to go and you want to have a healthy family. You want to be in a healthy community. You want to be around like-minded people. But you got to remember that you have to maintain yourself in a way that is abundant, that is prosperous. So, it's important to avoid like the guilt or shame when someone struggles with mental and emotional and physical health. You got to be compassionate, you got to be flexible, and you got to approach it better every single day, right? So you guys, some of you guys may really want to be in the gym, right? I definitely have my days. I've had days where I was very active, going to the gym 3-4 times a week, walking after that. Honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all the reason why I stopped in my neighborhood. Let me tell y'all the reason why I stopped. And I just started jump roping. That's why I've been jump roping more often, because, and this is no offense to nobody, because it's not like I felt unsafe, but I walk around my apartment the same way. And every time I would walk, it would be like a family outside. And it was like a dad, and he would have his sons just like out there playing. Anywho, let me stop telling my business. But I'm gonna tell y'all the story. So I remember one day I was walking and I had seen his car, and I swear to God, he had slowed down to see if it was me. And so I just didn't like that. I'm like, okay, you slowing down. Why you slowing down? You need to go home. So then just like one day, I remember it was like a day or two after that, I was walking outside, and I was walking, and he tried to talk to me, and I was just like, you know what? I'm actually done walking outside. I know I'm not going to do this. So honestly, I'm not going to lie. I just stopped walking because I said, you know, this is just already too much for me. I can't have, no, this is not leisurely anymore. This is not leisurely anymore. Because it was not the first time people were trying to talk to me while I was walking. So I said, you know, I'll just find a new exercise to do. Because I like to just walk around my apartment because it's easy. Like outside. Because it's easy. It's right there. But I said, you know, I'm just going to start going to the park. Start going somewhere else. Because you never know who's watching you. That'd be the scary part as a woman. Really. People be watching you. So, you know, don't be down on yourself just because you're not sticking to a certain routine. There's always a reason. Gracias, amigo. There's always a reason why you're not doing something, especially if you do want to do it. So don't be down on yourself. Sometimes it just takes time for you to reflect and be honest about what you're feeling in regards to you maintaining these physical, mental, and emotional health, right? So think about it in the mindset of health maintenance is not a punishment. You're not like, oh my God, you just ate 3 donuts, you big bad bitch, you know, you big bad hoe. You know, that's not how you're doing it. It's just, hey, I love myself, and I know that this feels better no matter what I did today, no matter what I ate today. This is going to be supporting me and living a healthier life. And it's actually interesting is sometimes you will exercise and your mindset gets better. So you start feeding yourself better. You'll start treating yourself better, right? You gotta frame exercising definitely as a choice, especially when it's in your leisure time. It is your choice. That's why I want you guys to answer this question up here that says, what type of exercise do you enjoy? Not what have you done yesterday or in the past month, right? What do you enjoy doing? What is fun to you? What makes you feel like I can do this? I'm strong. I'm able. Because you don't want to take on exercising as an obligation when it's really you choosing to do this in your free time. So you not taking it on as an obligation, it really helps you to enjoy it more. So me going and saying I can do this in my free time, I like to jump rope. This is enjoyable. I like the after effects. I like how I feel. I like learning new moves. I like seeing my improvement. That is what's going to motivate me to continue to do it. And also understanding that physical leisure can transform into I have to exercise, right? So it's never I have to, right? It's more about getting your body in a way, feeling your body in a way that feels good, right? So that was just my introduction a little bit. I enjoy doing cardio, push-ups, sit-ups. Okay, Fanna. Okay, friend, I like that. That's pretty cool. So, and I'll let y'all know again what I like, just because I know people be coming in and out. So I like walking, pacing around the house, especially. Like when I'm thinking, that's how I'll walk around my apartment. I'll just be pacing when I'm thinking. I like to jump rope. And sometimes I like to do like physical, like with the weights and stuff. So I used to have an exercise routine that I would do like very consistently, where I would do like jumping jacks, sit-ups, all the things. So I need to get back into my gym routine. I really enjoyed my gym routine. I have not been in a long time. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. He said, get it. Period. Get it, get it, get it. I'm trying my best. Every day is a new day to do something different. Even if it just means I'm walking backwards. But I have a lot of things that I want to talk about when it came to exercise, because what you want to talk about privately? Why y'all always want to talk to me privately? Y'all know I got a website. Check out the website, y'all. If y'all want to have a private conversation with me, check out the website, y'all. I have many options for y'all. Many, many, many options. Hey, Alex. Hey, friend. How are you? We're also going to talk about types of physical activities you can do based on your personality. You know, we talked about personality the other day, so how y'all doing, everybody on the live? Has it been a good Sunday for you guys? Because I feel like it's been a good Sunday. I feel like time is going by so fast, but I'm actually really happy because I'll get some time off to myself this coming up week a little bit, and so I'm just really happy about that. So walking is good for your mental. Okay. Hey, Sean. Hey, friend. John, I'm not about to play with you. So, yeah, Sean. So, Sean said walking aids against Alzheimer's disease, right? So, Alzheimer's, if I'm not mistaken, that's memory, right? So, walking supports memory, is what I'm hearing. So, on top of that, I'm glad that Sean started that conversation. Thank you, friend. It also supports cardiovascular health. So that means your heart. It means your heart, right? So it means your heart connected to the veins in your body, right? So leisure activities such as walking, cycling, swimming, or sports are often linked to lower risk of heart diseases, stroke, and high blood pressure. It's linked to. It does not mean that just because you exercise and you gonna have a better heart, because some people actually do overdo it. Some people actually do overdo the exercising, and they'll use exercise as an escape method. Instead of dealing with the issues, they'll go and exercise, and now their stress is doubled. So you don't want to just exercise just to exercise. You want to do it in a positive mindset. Oh, I understood what you said, Sean. I understood. So even light and moderate exercise like gardening or slow walks lowers mortality rates compared to a sitting still, being still and not doing anything and sitting on your couch all day. If y'all ever seen those challenges like the 10,000 what is it? 10,000 feet? Is it 10,000 feet challenges? I think it's 10,000 feet, if I'm not mistaken. If you can get 10,000 steps in, that's what it is, 10,000 steps. If you can get 10,000 steps in every day, a lot of people have talked about the physical changes that occurred just because they did 10,000 steps a day. Now, I honestly think 10,000 steps a day, if you're a busy person, can be a little difficult. But it's also about what you prioritize. You know, if that's something that you're really interested in, you'll prioritize it and you can get it done. But it's different for everybody. Hey, Casey, I ain't seen you in a minute, friend. How you been? You said same reason you can drink running water but never drink stagnant water. You gotta fill me in. I don't understand that. You can drink running water but never drink stagnant water. Hey, you gotta fill me in on that one. Also, regular active leisure activities can support you in insulin sensitivity, as well as help manage your weight and reduce type 2 diabetes. So y'all get to walking. Research shows that 150 minutes a week of moderate intensity leisure activities is optimal for health benefits. So 150 minutes, what's that? 2.5 hours about? Because 160, 60, 120, 2.5 hours. 150 minutes a week is 2.5 hours. You say two, and that's a week. So you say 2.5 hours divided by 7. So 7, let me see, 14. So that's 1. That's like 15 minutes a week, if I'm not mistaken. Let's do the math for real. I got a calculator. 150 divided by 7. Oh, I did that wrong. It's about 22 minutes a week. So let's just say 30 minutes. I mean, not a week. Let's just say 30 minutes a day of moderate to intense leisure activity is optimal. So 30 minutes a day, you do something. You know, they say often during the afternoon, you want to get about 30 minutes if you can. It's probably the best time to do it during the afternoon or right after work, to do a little something. John said exercising changes your posture and stance. You know what? That's interesting, because I once heard somebody who was an avid gym goer had said that they always know when someone exercises because of the way they walk. Never heard that before. Never heard that before. You find me quite alluring today. Why not every day? Why is it just today? Y'all ready to see the lip routine for today? This is what I did earlier. So also, exercising has benefits on your bones. Now, mind you, y'all know I like metaphysical. So what is your bones metaphysically? What are your bones metaphysically? It's your structure, your stability. Metaphysically, your bones is your structure, foundation, stability, security, right? So when you do exercising, it helps with improving your muscle tone and your stamina. And I know some of y'all need better stamina. Some of y'all do. So this is like dancing, hiking, and yoga. Also with the bone health, it helps weight-bearing leisure activities like tennis, brisk walking, dancing. It helps maintain bone density and prevent osteoporosis. We're trying to get them bones straight. Because realize that some of y'all, if y'all read my book, y'all know one of my beliefs is that when you're shifting beliefs, your beliefs are programmed cellularly, right? So within each individual cell, and you have cells that are dying and being recreated every single day. So that's why you have the that looks at everything. So that's why sometimes the hardest beliefs to change are the beliefs that's ingrained in your bones, right? So we want to keep stronger bones, which can ingrain stronger belief systems, give you a stronger foundation. So do y'all see the connection that I'm trying to show y'all, right? Also, you do these active leisure activities, you'll have more longevity and functional independence. So some of y'all wanna it's like 20 minutes a day. Yep, Casey. So some of y'all don't want to have to depend on nobody else, especially if you're in America. You not the type of person who want to depend on nobody, right? We individualistic over here. That's what they saying. So older adults who maintain active leisure habits have a greater balance, lower fall risk, and maintain independence longer. Y'all know that most people get traumatic brain injuries from falling. Most older people who fall have serious health conditions because of them falling. So you want to make sure that you on your P's and Q's, get a little bit of exercise in, because you don't want to be older and you end up falling and you really harm yourself. Bones are a lower form of metal. What? I've never heard of this before. That's very interesting. I'm about to create a city. Instead of using metal, I'm using all my enemies' bones. I'm using all my enemies' bones. I'm telling you. I've been okay just dealing with emotional things. Emotional things? I'm sorry, friend. 2 hours of walking is 10,000. You can do that in the mall, grocery store, cooking around your kitchen, gas station, etc. I'm gonna get a step counter to be mindful of my steps. Ooh. Okay. Y'all know y'all also got one on y'all's phone. Step counters on the phone. So those are some reasons why, you know, exercising is going to be important to choose during your physical leisure time. God has me, so I'm good. Okay, period. Stay healthy, wealthy, prosperous. So leisure time also reduces stress. We talk about this a lot. And that's going to reduce physical tension, lowers your blood pressure, and supports gut health. Your gut is your manifesting powerhouse. Your gut is going to be the way that you manifest things. So you have healthy gut health. You have healthy gut. You'll have healthy manifestation power. And it's going to reduce inflammation. Sorry, y'all, my eyes is just watering today. And it's going to improve your sleep quality, right? And as long as it's also, you add in reducing screen time on top of that, you reduce screen time on top of exercising during the day, it's going to help you to have a better sleep quality. Solar plexus. You want it, friend? So, you know, when you sit down, you're not an active person and you're just sitting down more often, it's like you're doing things like binge watching, excessive scrolling, doom scrolling is what they call it, right? This is going to increase your risk of obesity, heart disease, and early mortality. Early mortality means you're going to die early, right? You want to sit down on the couch and not do nothing. You don't even want to lift nothing. This is what you're going to look like. Look up 1,000-pound roommates. You never see me not look amazing? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it, friend. So get your ass up and do something. I'm talking to myself as well when I speak on these topics because I'm not an active leisure person. I have been many times in my life, but it's not something who I see myself as, so it's not ingrained in my system, right? And I'm the type of person, like, I can easily be like, okay, I don't feel safe, I'm going, goodbye, and I'll just end it all. So I be having to have to find things that I can be consistent in and still feel safe doing, because even like so other times that I used to go to the gym, and I'm the type of person, I like to exercise at nighttime. I don't know, it just makes me feel better. I like to exercise when it's dark outside, when it's getting dark outside. I don't know. I used to walk literally at like 12 o'clock in the morning sometimes, but I also felt very safe in my neighborhood to do so. So me being that type of person, it's very easy for me to fall off, because as soon as I feel unsafe, boom, the timing when I enjoy doing these things is no longer available. So then I'll be like, gotta go. Girl, Fana, I'm not about to play with you. Fana, what you want to talk about? So, you know, it's okay to sit down and binge watch. Sometimes we do need those days, but make sure that you pair that with like a slight break. So you binge watch, okay, a commercial come on, you get up and just do a little stretch. Stretch that root chakra. Stretch that root chakra out, you know? And you can add movement snacks. So 5 to 10 minute stretch walks. Snacks meaning not eating, but getting up and moving. Snack meaning is something small, right? I know some of y'all don't know what a snack means, because I don't either. I like to eat full meals. But you know, sometimes you have a study break, or you watch episodes, you watching a binge watching an episode, you get up just a little bit and just do a little bit of stretching. It's also going to kind of reframe your mind. So you might get up and stretch, and then you feel like, okay, well, let me get up and do something else. So you can also choose active leisure time hobbies that you enjoy. So that could be dancing, cooking, or even gardening. These could be leisurely activities. Some people really enjoy cleaning as a leisurely activity. So it's really up to what you find enjoyment in. Every time the commercials came on, working out every time a commercial came on, that would be crazy. You know that one thing that says bonding time. That's exactly what's gonna be, bonding time. Get your body in shape. I bet, look, every commercial come on, they gonna be like, you know what? It's time to buy the commercial free. The commercial free is gonna motivate them to get the commercial free option. Also, some people, they have a harder time being accountable. It could be due to their schedule or their comfortability within them exercising. So, you know, group leisure activities such as sports teams or walking groups can support you in being more accountable. And it can also be like a low emotional investment, right? You don't really know these people. These people really not gonna judge you because they on the same mission as you. So, you know, this also will give you a social support group. It's going to boost your mood. It's going to boost your motivation. And it's going to reduce your inflammation in your body. Inflammation is often stress, frustration, anger, stress, cortisol, all that, right? So you can choose about 2 to 3 active leisure activities a week, like dancing, yoga, or swimming. If you are new to it and you're like not somebody who really does a lot of leisurely activities or active leisure activities, you want to kind of slowly put yourself into it. So that's why I want you to look into things that you enjoy. I also have a hobbies Pinterest board down below. So if you're interested in seeing different types of hobbies, some of them are active leisure hobbies that you can begin to do. You can go, like somebody said, walking around. Sean, she said that earlier. You walking around the mall. So you want to walk around the mall. You may like shopping. Go window shopping if you can. If you're not gonna have to go buy everything, go window shopping. That can also support you in manifesting, because now you get to think about things that you're interested in. You're building your imagination. What would I look like in this? You know, actually going shopping is an active thing, because you try on them clothes. Y'all, ooh, baby. Once you trying on clothes, the day is over. I'm tired. I'm tired already. So, you too, Casey. Stay blessed, friend. Stay blessed. Treat these things like appointments. These are things that are scheduled. It's like, hey, I do this after this. You know, at least put it on the calendar. If you miss it, then you know at least I missed. What? Why are you doing that? Y'all, let me show you this cat. Y'all see that cat? He just scared the crap out of me. Like, what is that noise? So, and if you are someone who sits more often, this is how you build habits. You pair a habit that you already have with something that is new, right? So you sit down, you like to watch TV every day, you don't do nothing else with your life, you don't have any other hobbies. Pair your TV watching, your YouTube scrolling with some type of stretch, right? You may just be stretching your arms. You may just be stretching your back, right? But you start doing that every now and again, it will be a slow buildup, and eventually you'll have a new hobby. And then you can also just use your leisure time in general. If you have a hard time, you know, being active, use your leisure time for more relaxing activities like sleep, bath, massages, slow nature walks. Because you may not want to be as active, but you can start very low and build up to it, right? So these are going to be things that will support you when it comes to leisure. But, you know, I was also wondering, when is the best time to do these physical leisure? And in conclusion, it basically said whenever you want to do it. It's best not to do highly active activities right before bed, But you want to do leisure activities, you do it whenever you can, whenever you feel good. And that's also the importance of leisure time, is that you do what you want to do during the set amount of time. So maybe you don't have the morning time to go exercise. Maybe all you have is right before bed. So you do it right before bed, and that's what's going to help you. But understand that, you know, certain hormones that are released can keep you awake. Or your body in the the blood flow in your body flowing can kind of keep you awake if you exercise intensely right before bed. But with exercise gear on, you just have to having like clothes on while you work out, you tend to realize how heavy up on that. Yeah, you're right, Sean. You're correct. You're correct. You're correct. James Clear put it nicely. Who is James Clear? Who is that? I don't know who that is. So overall, the whole thing that I got when it came to timing of active leisure time is that, yeah, if you get it done in the morning, you have the mindset of, okay, it's done already. You get up in the morning, you exercise, you are in the mindset of, I did my exercise already, boom, it's out the way. But if you exercise in the evening, it could be sometimes some studies, I don't know how many studies it's been, but some studies have said that evening exercise may give stronger benefit for cardiovascular regulation. So that's your heart rate, your blood pressure, and that's compared to morning workouts. So when you're just waking up, your body is regulating itself differently from, let's say, in the evening time, in the afternoon. Your body has processed through a whole day during the afternoon. So now you're exercising. Now you get to kind of process all that energy you gathered during the day. Whereas in the morning, you are in a fresh mindset. It's a whole different experience, right? So it's really up to you when you want to exercise. Sometimes if you have that mindset of let's just get it over with, just go do it in the morning. But if you also are okay with doing it in the evening time, you'll see a difference in how you go about exercising. But at the end of the day, exercising is best done when it's convenient for you, right? So you just have to experiment morning, afternoon, evening to see which one you enjoy most and which one you can be more consistent in. And maybe sometimes you'll do it in different time spans. And maybe you'll do one day in the morning, one day in the afternoon. You just do it when you can. So that's, again, that's reason why it's up to you. But just make sure that before you go to bed, try not to do any extra like strenuous exercise. Hey, Jasmine. So the best time for you is going to be when your energy is motivated and high, and when you can reliably show up to exercise. So now we talked about personality and leisure time the other day. So I want to kind of tie in personality throughout the next few conversations that we have in regards to leisure time, because I want to see, okay, how is personality affecting how we do this? So even with exercising, your personality can change how you show up and how you exercise. So maybe if you're more extroverted, you're going to enjoy highly stimulating exercising events, social exercising, high energy exercising. Welcome back, friend. So this is going to look like, again, team sports. You're extroverted. You want to be around people. You feel you get more energy being around these people. It's giving Ursula, sucking in people's soul. No, I'm playing. You may like group classes, Zumba, spin, hit groups, dance groups, circuit training, obstacle courses. You extroverted, you want to be outside. You want to be outside doing something. So, you know, if you're a more extroverted person, think about that. Maybe if I have a hard time exercising, maybe it's because I want to be around people. Go get around people. You might like it. If you are highly neurotic, that means you're highly emotional and sensitive. Cancers, Scorpios, Pisces. Pisces is not too bad. Pisces is a different type of sensitive. But you Scorpios and you Cancers, you may prefer less pressure, short bursts, private settings, right? You probably like low to moderate intensity exercising, cardio, walking, yoga, Pilates. You said Geminis too? Geminis is not that sensitive, baby. Interval walking, body weight exercises at home. So if you are an emotional, more neurotic individual, you're neurotic doesn't mean you're bad. It's just a word that describes people who have a higher emotional sensitivity. So if that's the type of person that you are, you probably want to just start doing more home-based exercises. That's probably the reason I'm a little sensitive. That's probably why I like to go and go to the park and be by myself. I like to be by myself. But I've definitely taken a few group classes and that was fun. But I be liking to be by myself. I be like, give me my space. So, you know, you may like to just go to a nearby park and just walk around by yourself. That's okay. Some people who enjoy novelty, you're more open to new experiences. You have that type of personality. You want to explore more. You may like to do things like dance classes, rock climbing. That's very interesting. You may like to do aerial yoga, hiking new paths, something new. You might like to do martial arts, adventure sports, mixed modality workouts. On top of that, I've been saying this, but a couple of months ago I went and did the treetop exercise experience and zip lining. You may like to go and jump out the helicopters. What's it called when you jump out and you got the things, the balloons that pop up? I know what that's called. You may like to go skiing. If you are open and you are adventurous and you have that type of mindset where you want new experiences, you're going to do things that are a little bit more intense. So you be open to it. Archery, that's a nice little exercise that, you know, it's not too much movement, but it's a little bit of something, you know. If you have the personality type where you are very agreeable, right? You don't like conflict. You prefer cooperative, less competitive settings. You're going to like something like a partner or group walk. So that may look like you just hanging out with your friends and doing it. You may want to go with one person, a partner, and be like, let's just walk together. Or you may like to do social media. You could have like an online social media bestie and y'all are doing this together. You may like tandem activities, social walking clubs, volunteering that involves physical skydiving. Thank you, baby. That involves physical activity. So if you are somebody who enjoys to be around people, but you know, you want it to be a very calm, cooperative setting, no competing, you know, that may even be gardening, like a community garden or something. So these are the type of activities that you can engage in if you are interested in getting into exercising. And then if you're more introverted, you enjoy a quiet preference, you may value solitude or enjoy something that is not as stimulating, low stimulation. This is going to maybe look like you running or jogging by your lonesome, swimming, yoga, tai chi, solo cycle rides, nature hikes. So those are some things that you get you a little bit more physical during your leisure time. You want to make sure that you experiment at the end of the day of what feels good to you, you know, because you want to do leisurely activities that you enjoy. This is not something that you just want to do, just feel to force yourself to do it. Like, this is something to do to enjoy yourself while also understanding that you are improving as the time goes on. And you can also blend these because not everybody is just extroverted. Not everybody is just introverted, right? Not everybody is 100% neurotic. Not everybody is 100% agreeable. So you blend to what matches your comfort zone. You can even do personality quizzes online. And then you can say, take that personality quiz, whatever the personality, make sure it's a good long one, not just a real quick one, something you got to actually answer a lot of questions to. And you take the answers to that and you go to some AI system. You say, here's my answers. What would be some good exercises for me to do based on my personality traits? And then AI will spit back some exercises for you. And you say, do I agree with this or not? Should I try this out? There you go. Oh, back with the timing though. One thing that I missed is that, where was it? So your body temperature is fluctuating throughout the day, right? So that's another reason why exercising throughout the day may differ. So often your exercise performance, so that means your strength, your power, flexibility, it peaks in the late afternoons or early evenings due to your optimal body temperature and hormone levels. So that could be another reason why you change the timing when you exercise, is based on what is best for my physical body. But if you exercise in the morning, it could help create that consistency. And again, it's that I already got it done mentality. Oh, Lord. So that would be another reason why you would think about the timing in regards to when you're exercising. But in the end of the day, the human physiology, it says it often exhibits 2 peaks in performance. So 24-hour cycle. The 2 peaks are one in the late morning and another in the evening time. So those will be good, 2 good times to think about to exercise: late morning and evening time. Yep. I think we had a good little conversation. Yeah. That's the majority of what I wanted to talk about today. Yeah. Wow. Do y'all have anything y'all want to talk about? Because that's all that I had to talk about today. Typically, thank you, John. Typically, when I exercise, I'm never exercising in the morning. Just not me. I don't even like. I'm just trying my best to wake up in the morning. That's where I am in life. Waking up early has never just been anything that I've been too interested in. But like on the weekends, when I have more free time, I'll wake up around like 9 or something. And I'll usually get up and do something. I'll do some type of exercise or stretching every now and again when I have a lot of free time. So usually because of work schedule, if I do exercise, it's definitely in the evening time. It's definitely in the evening time. The world is on a timer as well, depending on what part of the earth you are on. Pain. That's why you feel pain at night? I never heard that before. You talking about like the sundown effect? Because I used to, when I used to have more health issues, so when I was severely stressed out, whenever the sun went down is when my allergies would go into effect. But once I healed my eating habits, I no longer had those allergies. But I do know that that is a definitely thing. Like, you know how you're talking about Alzheimer's and dementia. When the sun goes down, that's what usually happens. What you doing later? Nothing. After this, I'm going grocery shopping. And I'm going to prepare for my week. I'm probably going to juice some stuff. I'm going to clean up. I'm going to finish cleaning all the things I didn't clean up yesterday. I have to prepare. I have a meeting this week with some of my mentors. So I have to prepare for my meeting because I don't want to show up and not have done anything that they told me to do, which I've done some of it, but so that's what I plan on doing today. I got some roses from the grocery store, so I got to put my new roses up. These are my old roses. They go bad so quickly. It only takes about a week, but these are my other roses, so I got some more. So I'm going to put those in my little vase, my vase. And yep, that's all I got planned for the evening. What you got planned for the evening, friend? Mind y'all, I'm excited to discuss the leisure. Where is this at? I'm excited to talk about this. You watching football? Who you rooting for? You feel toothaches at night? Okay, Sean. You know what that reminds me of? That's probably why it's better to manifest during the morning time, because not everybody's energy is up, interfering with your energy. Commanders. Okay, I don't know who the commanders are, but shout out to them only because you like them. So shout out to them. But y'all see, we're going to talk more about this. But active leisure is right here. Right here. Right below creative leisure. So it's high on that list. Now, mind y'all, what I was just talking about, Sean, though, I remember I was living in this one apartment, and the city lights went out. Like, in the area that I lived in, the electricity went out in the whole area. So literally, not even the street lights was on. Like, that's how crazy. It was dark. And it was nighttime when it went out, too. And I think it had went out because of a storm or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. But the electricity went out in that entire area for like 8 hours, right? It was so dark. And because I had nothing else to do, what I did was I got my flashlight and I got books and I started reading. Because I was like, shit, you know, I'm not trying to go to sleep. So I started reading. And I started manifesting. And I was like, I remember I wrote down, there was a lady who I was watching a lot who talks about manifestation. And so I was like, I'm going to work with her one day. Her prices were pricing. Her prices were like $1,000 to $2,000 to work with her. Like, it was crazy. It was beyond the budget. Let's just be honest. And so I had wrote down, I had said, I'm going to work with her one day. Like, I'm going to work with her directly. And then, like, the next day, it was maybe, I can't remember exactly when it was, but it was very soon after that. Within that week, she had came out with, like, a course or, like, a little thing to work with her in a group setting. It was, like, $500. So I went and I was like, this is the cheapest that I've ever seen to be able to have a direct conversation with this lady. Like, directly communicate with this lady. So I was like, boom. And I purchased it, and I literally went and was able to, you know, engage in that conversation with her. And I was like, wow, this felt like it was manifested because, and I felt like the reason why it manifested so quickly is because there was no energy interfering with my energy output. Right? Every day we are surrounded by technology, phones, the phone lines, phone towers, cable towers. It's everywhere. So it's everything interacting with your energy being able to expand. And so I was like, you know, I got to get more out in the country more often where there's no electricity, pure darkness, nothing interfering with my energy. You said during the day you won't notice your body is becoming tired, your body's 60% water. Okay. The moon once had water on it. The moon is pulling the water that's in your body. People become moody at night. Yes. The moon is pulling the water. But is there anything else y'all want to talk about? This was our active leisure conversation. The benefits of active leisure on your emotional, physical, and mental well-being. The types of leisure you can do based on your personality type. Let's see if we can find a list. Let's try to find a list to end off the live today. Okay, so here's a list of active leisure for all of my friends on here. Cycling, getting on a bike, moving your body. That could be actually cycling outside, or you know, they have cycling classes where all you do is sit and move the bike, move the wheels, move the pedals, right? Out of your diameter. Okay. That's one thing I've definitely been trying my best to do. It's kind of move my phone a little bit further away from me. Gardening is also an active leisure. Surfing. Going to the gym and exercising. Why say never mind? Home fitness, swimming, walking, dance, camping, basketball, arts and crafts, recreational fishing, kayaking, running, riding, hiking, reading, cooking, climbing, games, listening to music, volunteering, and meditation. So if you're more interested in outdoors activity, you may be more interested in walking or power walking, hiking, nature trails, running, jogging, cycling, mountain biking, swimming, especially in natural water like oceans or lakes, kayaking, canoeing, paddleboarding. Oh, I love me a good little boat. I love to be on a boat now. Give me a little boat. It don't have to be a kayak or a canoe, maybe a little bit bigger than that, so I don't have to draw the boat. But some slight. You might like camping, backpacking, rock climbing, outdoors if you're adventurous like that. For all my people who like new things, right? Beach volleyball, frisbee, spike ball, gardening, landscaping. And then if you want to be more into fitness, get that body right, you could do strength training, kettlebells, body weight, free weights, Zumba, group fitness classes, spin, bar. If y'all never been to bar, BRRE, now that's an active, leisurely activity. Y'all choose to do that, that's very active, baby. Bar was a little difficult for me, but it was fun. I would do it again. But yoga, Pilates, martial arts, boxing, self-defense classes, dance classes like salsa, ballroom, hip-hop, aqua aerobics or water fitness, jump ropes, mini trampoline, or rowing. That can be indoor or outdoors. Here's another set of lists. If you're into sports, recreational things, you may like team sports like soccer, basketball, softball, volleyball. Racket sports like tennis, pickleball, badminton, squash. Never heard of squash. Golf or mini golf. Bowling can be considered a light active leisure. Ice skating, roller skating, blading, table tennis, archery, gymnastics, or cheer-based recreation. I'm telling you a whole list, y'all. Y'all ready? I'm telling you a whole list just based on what you may want to do. So y'all don't never say nobody ever tried to put you on. I'm trying to tell you. So maybe you like adventure, high excitement. You want to do the most. You like to talk to everybody. You like to feel good. Hey, GR. So you like adventure. You may like skiing, snowboarding, surfing, wakeboarding, water skiing, rock climbing, skateboarding, or BMX biking. Obstacle courses, rope courses, zip lining, amusement park visits, because that also includes you walking a lot and standing a lot. Maybe you want to be more creative and playful. You could freeform dance at home, improv movements, ecstatic dance, hula hooping. Hula hooping. I haven't hula hooped in a long time. That's a fun way to get exercise in, is hula hooping. You may like active video games, so that looks like VR, dance mats, Wii Fits, or even playing with pets. Hold up. So these are all creative and playful ways that you can get active. You may like chasing your animal around the house, around the neighborhood, playing fetch. With me, I get strings, because you know cats like anything small and skinny, so I get a string and I just move it around and have Red chase it around the house. Maybe you are wanting to be more family or community oriented, so you want to do more activities like that. So family walks or bike rides, which I love seeing that. Playing tag or outdoor games with children. You could do more community service projects that involve movement, like building, cleaning, gardening, you know. You could be into neighborhood cleanup days, or even cultural dance or community festival participation. Last list. You may be more into restorative active leisure. So that could be gentle yoga or Tai Chi. Leisure swimming or floating. If you don't want to swim, you could float. You could be into more like light stretching or mobility flow, or even nature strolls in forests, walking. Okay, Sean was talking about water. Okay. I love the conversation of water. So you said a lot already. And even the last conversation, you said a lot about the importance of water. Overall, in summary, water is programmable, right? Your cells is just a form of a liquid. Water is all things. It makes up all things. Hey, Kelvin. I don't really know what to say about water. I love the conversation, but I don't know really where to start with that, because it's like, water is programmable. Humans are majority made up of water. Water makes up this entire world that we live in. Every aspect of life is some form of water, whether it's oxygen, right? Gas, a liquid, a solid, whether it's frozen, right? I don't know. It's water is the foundation of all things, right? So it's up to you to create the reality that you're in, because it's just a bubble. It's just a bubble of liquid that you're putting your body through. I don't know what to say about that. Sean, is there anything you want to say specifically about it? Mind y'all, I told y'all about my experiment. And I was just actually kind of thinking about the water, because let me turn the background off for y'all. Because if you notice that this has gotten like 10 times worse. The mold on this apple done got 10 times worse. Y'all see that? And this one has a little mold on it, but it's not as bad. It's not as bad as this one. And you can see the water. The water is starting to get a little bit more brown in this one. But it's starting to match this water over here. So even the water that this has produced was darker before this water was darker. You said water, words in water, like you was talking about Dr. Emoto's experiment with words on water. So your words create a vibration, a frequency that affects the water. You know what? Speaking of his experiment, one thing that I thought was interesting was they had talked about in that same story how there was a lake that had like some type of foul odor or something like that. It was something negative about the lake. I can't remember exactly. But they had a group of people pray over the lake. They prayed over the lake, and then they ended up, a dead body ended up coming, not of course walking, but you know, the dead body ended up being like coming out of the lake, right? So they ended up finding a dead body in the lake after praying over it for a certain amount of time. So even praying over water, they did an experiment over water that was prayed over versus water that wasn't. They seen the difference in it. So speak life into the world around you. The world is just different types of water. You know, air is a form of water. So speak life into the world around you. It will create something new. Graves be under lakes. What? What graves? Let me know which ones. Let me know which lakes. Cause what the hell? Lake Lanier. That sounds like something off of that one show on Disney Channel. What's that Disney Channel show? Is that Disney Channel? Oh, Gravity Falls. That's what it is. Sound like Gravity Falls. In your body as well at night, the water, the chemical imbalances people experience, the blood flow you said about exercising their mind. I'm all over the place. I mean, that's how thinking is sometimes, Shine. Thinking sometimes feels like it's all over the place, but it's connected in some way. So you're connecting some type of dots. You may not realize what dots you're connecting at the moment, but you connected some type of dots. But like you said, you were saying already earlier that, you know, the moon affects the tides. It affects the water in your body. So maybe it's a whole connection that you're trying to build within yourself. But yeah, I'm highly interested in the water as well. I definitely don't see myself as an expert in anything, but it is a topic that I enjoy learning about. For sure. But you know what I find very interesting is the lack of studies on like water and like affirming and positive thinking. Yeah, John, it sounds like I'm tired, like ready to go to bed, but I don't know. I need some sunlight. Maybe that's what it is. I need some sunlight. I need to open my windows. It's a little dark in this room. My son, get off the curtains. I'm sorry. It's dark. He is not happy. We gotta get some light in here. Yeah, I'm not really cold right now, but that's why I do sleep with my fan, my ceiling fan. Be water, my friend. Be like water, be fluid. Yeah, that makes sense because you can tell. Well, I mean, if we want to be so for real, when it comes to the world, you ever heard like the maritime laws and stuff? and how some laws are just based off of the laws of the water. You know, you think about a bank, how money is often like figuratively compared to water. How we have banks, you have river banks, you have actual banks. Money is a stream. Money flows to you. Water flows. Water flows into a stream. Water, if it's stagnant, it dies. You know, if water is stagnant, it starts to create, I forgot what it's called, but it creates a certain filter on top of the water, and then it like takes the oxygen away, and it kills like the fishes underneath it, right? So it's the same way with humans. If a human is stagnant for too long, it starts to kill something within it, and it depresses that human. That's why humans need the ability to be flexible and fluid. Hey B, long time no see. Well, welcome back. And like you said, liquid assets, exactly. And what's liquid assets? That is a form of money that you can easily take from being in whatever form it is and get money quickly. So that could be your bank account, right? That could be like just money that you have on hand. So sometimes when you learn the life of water will support you in learning how to live a more balanced life in general. Hey, Misfit. Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. It's the same as my YouTube name, Meiana the Sage. Yes, I did. B. You still waiting for me to use it? I did. I uploaded some stuff on Instagram, y'all. I might start uploading more shorts. I stopped doing it just because I was like, I just didn't do it. But I'm gonna start doing it. Here, I'll put it's the same as my YouTube name, but I'll put it in the chat for you, friend. Make sure y'all like the live. There you go, baby. Exactly, Sean. Exactly. A nice 200 followers. Thank you, friend. Something's like, I don't be on Instagram. I need to be on Instagram more often, but it's not my go-to social media. Yeah, it's just not. YouTube is definitely the go-to social media. But yeah. That's why hydration is important. The way that you consume water, the way that water is able to digest through you based on the nutrients that's already in your body. Thought-provoking. Go up and finish my comment. What'd you say, friend? I read it. I read the whole comment, baby. I don't have nothing to say to the whole thing. I just respond to what I got to say something about, you know? But water is definitely an interesting thing. There's a lot of different books too. I be finding. I didn't know there was a lot of books on water, but even like working in the school, I found different books on water in the school setting. Oh, thank you, Viloka. Vilo. Oh, friend, thank you. Oh, that's love right there. I appreciate you. And if you look at my Instagram, you can kind of see what I used to do, the wave that I used to be on. Y'all know I always love journaling. So I be having old journal prompts based on certain emotions in the past. You can see some of my old pictures. What's the best type of water to consume? I'm not the water expert, but I like to drink spring water. But I'm not the water expert. I would say if you have the money, if you have the time and the money, you want to make sure you drink like water from like glass bottles. I drink plastic because that's where, you know, where I am in this lifetime, but it's better to consume water from like glass bottles. The brain's percentage of water, you said like 70%, right? Yeah, you said response to you in your mind, which is 73 to 78% water. Yeah. I saw that, baby. That's why y'all need to drink more water. Be hydrated. But you know what's interesting is that watermelon and like cucumbers are more hydrating. Like, have y'all ever drunk water and you felt more thirsty? Like, it's never like hydrating. But like sometimes like water that comes from fruit can be a little bit more hydrating. That's why they also say like when you drink water, put like a pinch of like salt and stuff in it. Not exactly. It's not always practical. No, I don't have a filtration system. I don't drink water from the sink. If I could be so serious. I don't know if I don't know many people who do drink sink water unless they do have a filtration system, but I don't drink sink water. I don't know. It's just not something that I ever really did. I always drink bottled water. That's why I'm drinking this right now, because I done drunk all my bottled water. I don't have no more water. Really? From the filtration system? They get water for exactly. Some people don't drink water. That's why it's really up to you. Let me see what this is. I wish that this phone wasn't going so slow, because I want quick answers. Quick. Cause maybe I'll do some research. I'll do deep research and I'll figure out what's more hydrating. I'm looking on Google right now and it says, surprisingly, whole cow's milk and skim milk were found to be among the most hydrating beverages, which I think is very interesting. I don't trust every single peer-reviewed article, because I learned that sometimes some companies pay researchers to do research specifically on one type of thing so that they can have more research that says that this is the right thing to do, so that they can get more money going to their business. So like, let's say, for example, McDonald's. They will put an ad out about the benefits of eating meat, right? So that they could have a backing as to why more people should eat McDonald's. And what happens is that those articles will over consume articles that may say the benefits of the negative aspects of eating meat. And now, because they done paid these people to put this information out, the research may not be wrong, but they're doing it for a reason, because there may be a better option out there, you know? Yeah, add a pinch of electrolytes. Exactly. GR, exactly. A story, that's a story being told. Yeah, Sean, it's just a story. So some peer-reviewed articles would be just a story. That's why you got to be careful with some research. Even now, y'all want to know, you know, I'm doing research for next month, of course. So I started doing research for our conversation next month about marriage and kind of getting the topics together. I have a lot of different topics already. But one of the topics I wanted to get into was like the topic of being a husband, being a wife. Because, you know, in etymology, you know, that's what I base my definitions on, or is etymology. Because that's the beginning of where a word came from. And the definition, like a dictionary definition, is more the modern way that we use words. So that's why I like to use etymology. So I was looking into the etymology definition of husband and all of that. And, you know, it kept bringing me back to home, of course, being in a home. Like 111. I'm seeing 1111. So I'm trying to do some more research on how housing affects marriages. And it's different for depending on the country that you're in. It's different based on collectivist versus individualistic countries and stuff. But I've seen like in America, sometimes when the housing market like increases, what actually happens is it kind of solidifies people being together because they're both invested in a home. So having a home can make people stay together longer versus if you never had a home, right? So it's a lot more that I'm looking into. That's like a little bit. So y'all got me looking into hydration for y'all, because hydration, we're gonna talk about this. I'm gonna get off the live, okay? We're gonna talk about this. I'm gonna get off the live. So understand. Yes. Understand hydration is not about how much liquid you consume. It's about how well your body retains the liquids. What boosts hydration ability is electrolytes like sodium, potassium, chloride. It helps the fluid stay inside cells and maintain balance. Carbohydrates, glucose, sugars, and proteins and fats. Yep. Okay, keep saying milk. Milk is very hydrating, very interesting. I'm not a milk drinker though. Do y'all drink milk? I don't drink milk. You drink milk? Orange juice or fruit juice with electrolytes. Yeah, okay. Only soy sometimes. You've been thinking about marriage lately, Meiana? Of course. I don't know. I think it's also because not everybody watches all of my videos. So sometimes people are not always like tapped into why I'm talking about certain stuff. But I got interested in the conversation because when I got on YouTube, so many people kept asking me if I was married. They're like, "Are you married? Where's your husband? Can I marry you? Can we get married?" Like, it was just very interesting to be, you know, put in that predicament on YouTube where all these people are talking about marriage. And so with all those people having that conversation, and then even in real life, and when I come around certain people, especially older men will be like, "You not married?" Like, people are always like, "You just seem like you should be married." Like, so it was just very interesting to me. So I'm like, marriage is an interesting conversation. Let's have it. So many people want to be married. So many people are already married. So if we can have a conversation about it, because nobody ever really told me about the importance of marriage and why we should get married. You know, we got the standard that's said of, oh, you get married because you love each other. But, you know, sometimes it's a deeper reason, and we should be aware of what those may be so we can make better decisions for ourselves. And I know I do want to maybe have children one day, so got to prepare my mind for anything. But I'm also gearing y'all up so y'all get ready, because it's a lot of people who will be interested in a conversation. So I'm trying to gear y'all's mind up a little bit early in advance so y'all know what we're going to be talking about, so y'all ready to talk about it when it's time to talk about it. And y'all can engage in a conversation. And people, you know, people always be like, oh my God, you know, I haven't seen you in a long time, or I don't be seeing you on my timeline. So if I can prepare them now and get them engaged and interested in the conversation that we're about to have, they'll be more likely to be engaged in the conversation. You ready to meet you, friend? You ready for the one? Is the one ready for me? That's what I'm wondering. Is the one ready for me? You already say you changed the nut milks? Yeah, definitely me. I don't really drink a lot of different types of milk, but if I do, it's more often almond milk. And if I'm using milk, it's more often to make like mashed potatoes. Sometimes I'll eat cereal, but I haven't eaten cereal in a while because my favorite cereal is Frosted Flakes, and I'm a little addicted to Frosted Flakes. I will eat Frosted Flakes before bed. So I had to stop buying Frosted Flakes because it's so good. Don't rush into marriage. Yeah, for sure, Jared. I'm definitely not rushing into no marriage. Buy the more expensive organic cow milk. Okay. You know somebody who's getting engaged, Jared? How's that going? No, get engaged and then after will be better. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm just living life. I'm not rushing to get married, y'all. I'm not rushing to get married. But I am interested in the conversation. Very, very interested. I'm like, every single one of these conversations, I'm very interested in it, honestly. I really enjoy getting into these conversations and what they mean, what they look like. Even like these leisurely activities conversations, you know, what we just talked about today. It's very interesting to be aware of these things as they are. You said me too. Sean, you funny. Frosted Flakes is not no old people cereal. What the heck? Frosted Flakes is good. You playing. Frosted Flakes is delicious. It's one of my favorite cereals. But yeah, Sean, that's how it be. Sometimes you feel like you should be getting out more, but it's really all about the right timing. You'll like somebody will come to you in the right timing. And honestly, the best relationships that I found, they all came out of the blue when I was heavily focused on myself, doing what I wanted to do. So that's what I just try to do. Thank you, Christoph. Thank you, friend. When we have these conversations, these good conversations, then we know how to handle ourselves. Exactly, Jerry. Exactly. Jerry, you talking about not having no kids. There was this guy who asked for my number, so I gave him my number. This man, I already knew that this wasn't going to last more than 2 days, the conversation. I already knew it, right? Because of just certain things people say, you be like, I already know this is not going to last anything beyond where it is right now. This man, I said, hey, do you have kids? He said, yeah, I got 3 kids. He was only like 32. He said, I got 3 kids. I said, 3 kids? I said, how many baby mothers do you have? 3 baby mothers. I said, why are you talking to me? I said, respectfully, I don't have any children. I'm not a stepmother. And it ended very respectfully. I'm from America. I can never be with somebody who got 3 kids unless all their kids are grown and gone. Because what the hell? 3 kids is crazy. I'm scared to drink milk though. I don't know why, but I'm scared to drink milk. And yeah, 3 baby mothers. It's crazy. I said, who? Not you looking for a stepmom. And that's not gonna be me. You should have stayed with your baby mama. What the hell? I just feel like once you get over 2 baby moms, sometimes you have to start realizing that you're the problem. Once you have over 2 baby dads, because even once you get to that second one, that's extreme to me, right? Sometimes you have to sit down. Exactly, I said, not I. Sometimes you have to sit down and you have to say, where am I going wrong that I keep creating life with no structure and stability for it? You know? So I said, this is crazy. But y'all, I got groceries to go pick up. I think I put it at 2 o'clock. And it's 1:30. So make sure that y'all pay attention to these people. People will try to trap you in their crazy life. Have standards. And be willing to cut people off. Y'all know how many people I have to cut off? It's getting to that point. You got to cut everybody off. Careless and irresponsible. That's how I be feeling. Definitely. When you start bringing life into this world and that are subject to the way that you live your life, you got to be a little bit more responsible. You're not just living for yourself. You gonna get some groceries? What you cooking? All of my groceries are more like meal prepped foods because I don't be feeling like cooking. No story, the Frosted Flakes with chocolate milk was good. I never had Frosted Flakes with chocolate milk, but Frosted Flakes with regular milk, 10 out of 10. And that's another reason why I don't really drink a lot of cereal, because like nut milk in cereal, it's just not good. Like that's probably why they talk about milk being more hydrating, because when you put milk in cereal, it makes the cereal kind of like softer. But when you put nut milk in cereal, the cereal is still hard. It's not, it doesn't get softer. It doesn't get more delicious. Like regular milk, it gets so delicious. Maybe I should start drinking more milk. I don't know. Never been a milk drinker. I'm gonna have to do more research before I just fall into it, but till I finish. Okay, I'm about to get off of here. Yeah, we about to get off. I'll talk to y'all later. I appreciate everybody who's come to the chat today. Make sure that if you are ready to get your mindset transition with leisure, check out the links below. You can book a mindset coaching session or even a advice session where you just want to talk a little bit, get a little bit of advice, or just talk. Hit me up, book it, and we can get into it. I can help you guys get your mindset for success. And I will see you guys tomorrow evening. I don't know what we'll be talking about, but I'll try to make sure that it is engaging. So hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Yeah, B. That's what I'm trying to figure out too. I'm trying to figure the same out, friends. But y'all have a good day. Bye.